All right, finding solutions for quadratic systems. So you're going to be given some problems today, and it's going to look something like y equals negative x squared minus x plus 6. And then you've got an equation y equals x plus 3. All right, and when you're finding these solutions, what you've got here is you've got two equations equal to y. So if these two equations are equal to y, then they are equal to each other. So you set them equal to each other. You take your negative x squared minus your x plus your 6, and you make it equal to the x plus 3. First step. Your second step is to get all the variables and numbers on the left-hand side of the equation. So if you subtract x and you subtract 3 from the right side, you do the same thing to the left side. So now we bring down this negative x squared, and then negative x minus x is negative 2x. Positive 6 minus 3 is positive 3, and this is equal to 0. Now what you're going to do is factor the trinomial on the left-hand side of the equal sign. All right? And if there is a negative in front of the x squared, the first thing you do is factor out a negative 1. If the x squared is positive, you just go straight to factoring the trinomial. But since this has a negative sign out here, we're going to take out a negative 1. And when we take out a negative 1, we divide the negative 1 back into the trinomial to determine what goes in the parentheses. So this becomes x squared plus 2x minus 3 equal to 0. Now you factor the trinomial that's in the parentheses. So what it factors to is negative 1 times, this is x plus 3 times x minus 1. I hope you remember that these two factors have to multiply to the negative 3, and they have to add to the positive 2. You then take the factors and you set them equal to 0. So you take x plus 3, make it equal to 0, and x minus 1 equal to 0. You solve for x in each of these factors. So subtract 3 here. You get an x value that's equal to negative 3. And then on the right side, you add 1. So now you've got two x values that you need matching y values for. So you go back to this simplest equation here, the y equals x plus 3. And that's where you're going to substitute this negative 3 and this positive 1. So we take y is equal to negative 3 plus 3. So when we substitute a negative 3, you get a 0 for y, which gives you a point, negative 3, 0. Then you do it again for the positive 1. So y equals 1 plus 3. So y equals 4 when x is equal to 1. So that gives you your second point, which is at 1, 4. Those are the 2 points on the coordinate plane where these two equations will intersect each other. Because the top equation is a parabola and the bottom equation is a line. And when a parabola intersects a line, it would look something like that. And these would be your 2 points of intersection. Everybody okay with that? Yes, sir.
So the
Correct. This is the x that you put in there, this -3. So here's your x. And what came out was this 0, which is right here. And then you took this +1 and put it right here. And what came out was this 4, which is right here. All right. And then you'll see another type of problem, and it'll look very similar to this, but the factoring is going to be just a little bit different. So let's cover that. Let's say we get y equal to -x² plus 5x plus 6. And y is equal to x plus 6. Same situation, two equations that are equal to y, so the equations are equal to each other. So we get -x² plus 5x plus 6, and it's equal to x plus 6. Going to get everything on the left side. So subtract x and 6 from each side. We get a -x² plus 4x. Now see how these 6's cancel right here? And the whole right side is equal to 0. So now you're factoring, and you only got to factor a binomial. But since this x² has a negative in front of it, you take a -1 out. So -1 times x² plus 4x equals 0. And you factor this binomial, so we get -1 times x times x plus 4. Yes. Let's see. Yes, it would. Good call. This would be a minus sign right here. That would be minus 4x. And this would be minus 4. So now you take your factors, you take your x, make it equal to 0. And your x minus 4 equal to 0. This portion's done. And on the right, you add 4 to each side. So those are your two x values at the points of intersection. And then you take those x values and you substitute them. So we go y equals 0 plus 6. So y is equal to 6. So our point is 0, 6. And then y is equal to 4 plus 6. So y is equal to 10 when we input the 4. So that point would be at 4, 10. You can't do that. Well, x plus 2 times x minus 2, is that what you're saying?
Yes. That would be
No, you don't have an x. The only time x plus 2 times x minus 2, if this was x² minus 4, only minus 4, if you multiply the factors that you just factored out, the product won't be what we started with here. So no, you can't do that. You made a mistake and got the same answer. I'll show you when I'm done right here. Got it? All right, so here's your practice problems for today. Page 262. (14 through 17). Page 262, 14 through 17.